This hour for you on Daybreak, need to let you know about the Broadway actor and singer from the Ozarks who died of COVID-19.
And local hospitals gave an update on COVID-19 cases in the area, what health officials are saying.
As these cases rise, many are still undecided on what to do for the holidays. It's an iffy situation. We'll hear from travel experts this morning about it. It's all this hour for you on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It is Tuesday, November 17th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
Joe Morano here with you too. I have heard that Zoom is going to be dropping its time limit on these calls because they're trying to encourage people to stay at home and do the virtual turkey.
Yes, I saw that, and that's nice because that way there is one less excuse, right? Then you can call your loved ones and you can be on Zoom for a long time because depending how big your family is, you will need that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get it. Yeah, and we're going to be a lot of Zoom calls too happening too. Meteorologist TJ Springer joins us this morning, and you probably have to be doing that this Thanksgiving as well, right?
Most definitely, yeah. I think for our family, the limit would have been reached for sure. So that's a good thing that it's been dropped.
Yeah. Depending on the people in your family, and maybe you have someone who talks more than others and will be taking up more of that time, but it's a good option to have. I do like that.
It is, yeah, it's really nice. It doesn't feel like Thanksgiving, guys. Temperatures are going to be a bit above average yet again today and really through the next few days. So if you want the mild air, we'll have that on the horizon for us. Here in Branson, America's Christmas Tree City, no concerns to kickstart our Tuesday. Going to feel some warmth and see a lot of sunshine throughout the Color 10 viewing area. We do have just a couple of clouds out there on satellite and radar. High pressure is still to our south. We have a weak front to our north, and we say as meteorologists sometimes that a front just washes out. Really just means it dissipates. There's no temperature gradient or difference to keep that front, to really keep its forward progression. It kind of just really diminishes. Temperatures are in the 30s to 40s. The cold spot, actually, one of them, at least here in the Springfield metro, we are freezing on the dot. 40 in West Plains and Fort Wood, currently 34 degrees, and Clinton at the moment. So you'll still want a jacket this morning and probably have the heater on in the car. But if you are walking your furry friends later on today, temperatures are going to be back up into the 50s and 60s. This is Dexter. He's hanging out enjoying a ride outdoors, but in a stroller there. How cute is that? We'll have more details on, of course, what we could see this weekend. We are tracking some more rain chances. All the latest coming up on that in just a bit.
We're following some breaking news for you this morning as a home has suffered major fire damage overnight in Hollister, Missouri. Western Taney County Fire Protection Chief Chris Burnt says there were 5 people inside the home. They all were able to escape safely. A call came in just after midnight for a house fire on Evergreen Street. Once on scene, crews called for a second alarm, but then were able to put the fire out. It started on the front porch, and an investigation is now underway.
COVID-19 has taken the life of a Broadway actress and singer who lived here in the Ozarks. Lynn Kellogg Simpers died Thursday at the age of 77 in St. Louis from COVID-19 complications.
We spoke with her husband, John, who says he believes Kellogg Simpers got the virus at a recent religious conference in Branson. Now, she was an Emmy and Peabody Award winner and is part of the Grammy Hall of Fame. She made her Broadway debut in the original cast of Hair, where she played Sheila in 1968.
She also was on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and acted in the movie Charo with Elvis Presley in 1969. With all of her accomplishments, her husband of 25 years, John Simpers, says what she really loved was singing and writing music.
Probably one of the most modest people I've ever met. She knew a lot of people. I was 5 hours on the phone on Saturday. 5 hours. People calling me, people upset, just from all over the place, from all over the country, and it was amazing, and it's still happening now.
The Taney County Health Department told us they'll be looking into the conference where her husband suspects that she did get the coronavirus.
There are 200 COVID-19 patients in both Springfield's hospitals right now, and that's taken an effect on people in rural counties who are struggling to transfer from regional hospitals. Cox Health says a Texas County patient was turned away last week after no ICU beds were available. Staff had to fly the patient to Iowa for neurosurgery. The CEO of Cox Health, Steve Edwards, says the hospital has a plan to add more beds. Another 147 are coming in December, and dozens of traveling nurses as well. Edwards says promising vaccine trials are creating a sense of hope for the future.
If we can hang on for a couple more months, when this vaccine becomes more readily available, we will get through this. But it matters that we make that sacrifice right now, today.
Edwards predicts there will be more COVID cases as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday. A spike in cases is typically about 3 weeks behind a gathering or event that caused it. And Edwards says Thanksgiving gatherings could be super spreaders, and Ozark area hospitals simply don't have the capacity to handle it.
Mercy Hospital is telling us it's seeing the effects of overworked medical staff recently. On average, at least 120 employees are in quarantine. Of course, that takes a physical and emotional toll on nurses working in coronavirus wings. Mercy has a 6-phase plan to fight growing cases, and it includes more negative pressure rooms and using outlying hospitals to manage a larger population.
And we're also learning more about the mobile morgue being shared across Mercy Health facilities. It's a covered trailer in Springfield with racks and cooling units. It was set up a few days ago, but it's not needed right now. The trailer was acquired after the Joplin tornadoes in case of another mass casualty incident. And the Missouri Hospital Association is calling on Governor Parson to issue a statewide masking ordinance. Meanwhile, Governor Parson is doubling down on his stance that preventing the spread of COVID-19 comes down to personal responsibility. The MHA sent a letter to the governor saying, quote, "The wolf is at the door. Missouri's hospitals urge you to issue a statewide masking mandate. A mask mandate may be unappealing to some, but it has become necessary. We urge your immediate action on this issue." Governor Parson left an event in Jefferson City yesterday without talking to reporters, but during his press conference last Thursday, the governor said fighting the virus is about personal responsibility.
But it's not just about a mask mandate, and it's not about politics. It's about social distancing. It's about 15 minutes. It's about every Missouri citizen doing their part.
Lawmakers were supposed to be at the Capitol this week to discuss distributing CARES Act funding across the state and COVID liability protection. But now, with COVID-19 cases among Senate members and staff, the special session is on hold until after the holiday.
And some more local news for you. It's the big question on everyone's mind. Should I travel for the holidays? Color 10's Nigel McDonald met with some travel experts and joins us in studio to share more on what they say you should be doing. Nigel.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. AAA anticipates fewer than 50 million Americans will travel for Thanksgiving, a 5 million drop from this time last year.
Expecting people to really take a wait-and-see approach for those who are planning to travel.
Chabaria is a spokesperson for AAA of Missouri and says those that choose to travel are wanting more flexibility.
With that, we're expecting about 95% of all travel this season to be done by car, and that kind of gives people a little bit of flexibility, you know, even if they need to change their plans the day of.
Missouri State Highway Patrol wants drivers to be mindful of this potential increase in roadway traffic.
That just means take your time in the best case scenarios. That's what we advise most people. Make sure you're buckled up. Don't worry about your phone. Obviously, don't drink and drive.
Traveling by car can help limit who you're exposed to.
We think that people really just, you know, they want to see family, you know, they want to travel. We kind of see that demand, but they also want to make sure they're doing so safely.
Springfield Branson National Airport spokesperson Kent Boyd says airline passenger numbers are down about 50%.
I know a lot of people who've decided to get somewhere by car when in normal times they would decide to fly.
Boyd says it all boils down to people's comfort levels.
Just trying to figure out what's going on in your destination has become a real challenge for folks, which tends to discourage travel of any kind.
Well, Boyd says some airlines' advance registrations for the holidays are higher than they expected.
We are tracking that chance for more rain as we head through the weekend. We're quiet for now, though. When does that happen? We'll have the latest coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist TJ Springer. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.